Assalamu alaikum. Tales of a fish. Assalamu alaikum. Tale of a fish. Quranic stories for little hearts. A very old and powerful community used to live around 800 BC in Nineveh, an ancient town believed to have been on the left bank of the Tigris River, some 230 miles northwest of Baghdad. Allah sent Prophet Yunus, Jonah alayhi salam, to this community to guide them on to the right path. The Prophet Yunus alayhi salam did as Allah said and went to these people. He gave them his message and warned them to turn away from their wickedness. The Prophet Yunus alayhi salam preached to them for a long time, but they paid no heed to his words. When he realized that they intended to continue on the wrong path, he warned them about how bad their actions were and that in the end they might be made to suffer. Angry and despairing, the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam left these people. The Prophet Yunus alayhi salam moved out of the city and headed towards the seaport where there were ships tied waiting to sail. One the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam found was due to sail to a far off land. He boarded the ship. As soon as it was out at the sea, the sky grew dark and there was a terrible storm. The fierce wind began to whip the water up into huge waves which crashed against the hull of the ship. As the storm grew worse, the waves became like the towering walls of water which came crashing down on the ship's deck. The sailors worked with all their strength to try to keep the ship on course. They even threw some of the cargo overboard to make the ship easier to control. But the ship's strong timber seemed as thin as matchwood in the teeth of the storm. Soon they knew it would break up and they would all drown. Thinking their ill luck was due to some slave having run away from his master, they drew dots to find the runaway and hurl him overboard. The name of the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam was picked out in the draw, so he was forced to jump from the ship. As he struggled in the water, gasping for breath, a great whale appeared out of the depth of the sea and swallowed him up. The fish had swallowed the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam may have been a sperm whale. Such whales are known to visit the eastern Mediterranean Sea. With their large throats, they can swallow the body of a man whole. Suddenly, the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam found himself in the dark, damp inside of the huge fish. He had not drowned. he was still alive. Now the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam realized that he had left the people of Nineveh too early without completing the task assigned by Allah. As a rule, once it became clear that a nation had rejected Allah's message, the Prophet who had been the bearer of that message was commanded by Allah to leave, but only if he had done his very best to reform his hearers. Then Allah punished the erring people as a mark of his wrath. But the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam had not waited for Allah's order. He had simply gone away, leaving the people of Nineveh to their doom. When the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam realized his mistake, he cried from the depth of the darkness, "There is no God but you. Glory be to you. I have done wrong." Allah heard his prayers. The Quran says that if he had not said he was sorry and glorified Allah in his prayers, he would have stayed in the belly of the fish till the day of judgment. The fish, by the command of Allah, swam close to the land and brought the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam safely onto the beach, where he found himself under a tree called Yaqtin. It shaded him from the heat of the sun while he recovered from his ordeal. It also gave him delicious fruit full of juice to quench his thirst. Prophet Yunus alayhi salam then returned to his people and preached to them again. All of them, over 100,000, responded to his call. The lesson in the story of Prophet Yunus alayhi salam is twofold. Firstly, the great duty to deliver the message of Allah to others now falls on every Muslim. If we ignore this duty and become desperate, as Prophet Yunus alayhi salam was at first, we will be found guilty of not carrying out the task set for us by Allah. Secondly, the courage which was shown by the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam as he nearly drowned is a great example and shows us that we should never despair of the mercy of Allah. If we are on the right path and say we are sorry for our failings, Allah will help us as miraculously as he did when the Prophet Yunus alayhi salam was saved from the raging sea by the giant fish. To know more about the message and the meaning of Allah's word, look up the following part of Quran which tells the story of Prophet Yunus alayhi salam. Surah Anbiya 21, 87 to 88, Surah As-Saffat 37, Ayah 139 to 148. Subhanallah.